always, all you need is your roller, headrest or kneeling pad if you normally use it, and or, sorry, my mat's crooked, and or a set of hand weights. Otherwise, find parallel sits bones, hips bugging you a bit, go a little bit wider, shoulders drawn down, abs drawn in, and let's just start that nice casual forward and backwards movement pattern through the legs. I'm going to get Trevor to actually do some of the instruction today, because yesterday he finished his mat certification and he has far too much energy at the end of the room right now as I'm looking at him. So I'm just going to throw him to the wolves and make him teach. Inhale and exhale. So I just got a large no, and suddenly now he's paying attention. One more time. Go ahead and pulse it up for me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Heels together, toes apart. Again, if it's a little tight, open up the legs, lift and lower. So these don't have to be super high. If the feet aren't feeling warm, or bunions or arthritis or anything kind of bothering you, just finding a little bit of balance. Go ahead and pulse it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower, and then toes together. Again, if you can't get the toes together, you can have the legs wider. Lift and lower. As little pressure as you can into your roller. You're trying more to focus on your own connections and just finding that sense of balance. Inhale nose, exhale mouth, pulse it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Spiral to about shoulder width different distance. Oh my goodness. Start at the top of the head and peel it down. As you press that out, push the tush out. Drop into the shoulders. On the first 1 or 2 of the roll downs, keep your elbows bent, keep your knees slightly soft, and think of kind of untucking the tailbone. As you get warmer, you can lengthen out those joints, but start with them a little soft. Just a nice start rocking back and forth. Inhale nose. Big exhale mouth, and then bend the knees, drop the tailbone, articulate the spine, pull that roller in towards you, and give some little wiggles. As you wiggle, let yourself look over one shoulder, look over the other, so you're getting some rotation. If your back is a bit tight, start with yourself in neutral spine, neutral pelvis. If you're feeling okay, give a little lean back and open up that chest a bit more. Big inhale, exhale. Then bring it back to center. Again, let's peel it down. Press the roller out, push the hips out. Maybe on this one you can straighten out the arms and rock it back and forth. So as you lean back, lift the balls of the feet, and you'll get a little extra stretch down the posterior line. And then just kind of roll forward into the shoulders. Deepen that inhale, exhale. And then bend those knees, drop the tailbone, articulate the spine, pull the roller in close again, and let's go from that side to side again. Look over one shoulder, and you're bringing that elbow right around the corner, so you're getting the rotation there, and then the other side. Again, if the back is miffy or a little tight, do these movements slower with more purpose. If you're feeling good, you can pick up that tempo. And then bring it back to center, peel it down. And on this one, I just want to bend in a stretch of the knees. As you bend, if you want to start getting deeper, you can be parallel or laterally turned out. Down you go into the hips a little deeper. And then press it away. So you're just kind of getting a feel for where those joints are going to allow you to go for your range. Inhale, exhale, and just kind of honor whatever's going on in your body. Give me one more. And then press it all the way up, bend the knees, slowly curl, and lengthen to come up. Now in the lengthen, we're going to come down long. So neutral spine, neutral pelvis, hinge it down. If your back's okay, keep the legs straight, drop the tailbone, and round up with a straight leg pattern. It'll be more aggressive on the back. So if that's not a happy place, bend those knees. It'll give you more stretch into the lower back, more articulation, but it also weight loads more on the core. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curl. This one we're going to stay down there for our poodle wag, guys. So lengthen it out, connect the core, pull your elbows in for more support if you want, and wiggle your tailbone. Now if I bring my feet in a little bit more together to sits bones, I can look at my hip as I bring it around the corner, getting a little bit more mobility in my poodle wag. If that's uncomfortable, up I come a little higher. Still getting the mobility of the movement in the spine, just less pressure into the core. More support. And then bend the knees, fold all the way up, bring that roller all the way in, stand in tight to it, and let's move the shoulder blades. So I'm going into protraction, elevation, retraction, and depression. Notice how the spine can tend to move with those shoulder movements. So as I protract, I'm rounding. As I elevate, I'm neutral. As I retract, I'm extended. And then I bring it through. And then reverse that direction. So if you go slow enough, you can allow that upper thoracic, the cervical, to just sort of move with that spinal position. And then find yourself in neutral, give a few little wiggles. Take that roller out a bit, find a bit more shoulder width, and let's just kind of find those few little squats. So just start your ups and downs, play a little bit with the width of the legs, push that booty back. It is neutral spine, neutral pelvis, and breathe as you go. A little bit tight, the elbows staying closer to give you support, feeling good, reach them out. Make sure as you're squatting, you're not knocking the knees in, that there is a little bit of pressure going into the outside of the legs. And then hold it down here. Let's pulse. 5, 4, need more support. Bring your roller in. 3, 2, stay here. Lift the heels, lower the heels. So again, watch the knees don't knock in. You can kind of see it quite nicely with the roller in the middle. I have a little pressure going out, but I don't want to sickle my ankles to achieve that. And I haven't gone into a big turnout. It's more so about parallel position, but a little pressure on the outside. Now hold the knees, ankles lifted, and pulse. Chest is up. You don't want to be too low in the chest. 4, 3, 2, pull that in, grow tall, lower the heels. Squat, releve, lengthen tall, and lower. One more time. Squat, releve, lengthen tall. Let's reverse that. Rise up tall. Squat down, lower the heels, push the roller out, push your tush out, dive down. Now on this dive down, we're going to get a little bit of visual on the neckline. So I've slightly bent my knees and I'm looking from left to right underneath my armpit. Nice and slow. Now if that's hard on the neck, up you come, bend the elbows, get the roller close into you. Again, nothing has to be down deep in this forward flexion. It can all be quite high up. Now look to your pubic bone and then look up towards the roller. Inhale pubic bone, exhale roller. Leave it to pubic bone, roll it all the way up, and then roll those shoulders one last time. Wide stance, roller off to the side of your one foot a little bit, and then bending the knees, not hunching, but bending, come down and rotate over. Stay here for a moment. I want you to saw off your quad. So come through, put some pressure there, and saw. Now, press away with the roller and rotate up towards the sky. So a standing thread the needle. Basically a standing thread the needle. Nice big breath here. And then stand up tall, and I want you to open your chest and sort of think bow and arrow. Hold this. Nice big breath here. And then come back down, standing thread the needle. I'm resting my arm on my quads. I'm supporting my forward flexion. And then exhale nice and slow. Stay in this one, but actively reach that arm like someone's pulling the arm away. Now, if your shoulders are curling in, I want you to spread out your chest. So I've pulled the roller back, I've pulled my hand back, and I'm lifting my heart. I'm pointing to the corner of the room, not down low. And then slowly let that come out. Face forward, stir the pot. So big thing that happens on stir the pot. We round, we hunch, and we just kind of get all wiggly. Squat, square up your shoulders, lift up that chest line. The only thing loose is the arm. So it's a very purposeful movement. And then circle the other way. Other than the arm itself, it's not mechanical. Inhale, exhale. Fold that up, bring your feet in tighter. Start your hand here. Feels okay, start your hand up. Still okay, you can actively reach. Press that away. Look off to the side. If you're feeling good, that roller can push as well. Now, if your QL is a little miffy, if you're going straight between two planes of glass, you might feel a really good pull down here. To stretch that a bit, I'm going to bend my knees, tuck my tailbone under, and reach at a small angle forward. Whoof! And there is that little pull into that lower back if you're a bit tight there. Now, once I'm in that position, if I increase the inhale, exhale, the depth of my breath, I will stretch that nasty little corner out even more. So one more breath, and then come all the way out nice and tall, and take a wide stance, just roll the shoulder. Then when that feels good, go elbow roll, and then big backstroke, look to the front of the room, look to the back of the room, and then switch directions on the front stroke. Bring it the other way. And then wiggle that off. Take that off the side, come nice and low. We're going to thread the needle first, resting the arm on the quad, right? So you're getting that rotation. So maybe I'm looking above my armpit, maybe I can push and look below, but I am looking for rotation. Nice big breath here, kind of looking to the corner of the room. And then exhale, stand tall, pull your elbow, keep your elbow bent, rotate your chest line open. Here I've got a little lift of my heart, big breath, hold it here. And then exhale, thread the needle. We're going to hold down there, push that roller away, drop down, look through your armpit if you're able to. Nice big breath. And then draw that bow and arrow. But on this one, we're going to straighten that arm, lift that heart, and then think both arms pulling open, so there's an expansion through the chest line. Nice big breath. Bring it to the front, hinge forward, and again stir the pop with purpose. Nice and strong. Draw this push through arm down and back, so it's still stabilizing. And then stir the other way. Inhale, exhale. And then let's go to our laterals. Feet in closer, hand on the chest line to start. Feeling okay, hand on the neckline, still okay, arm actively reaching. So as I get bigger in my movement, I move my roller farther and farther away, which has me then having to depend more on my own balance, but also allowing me to get bigger in my movement. Inhale, exhale as you go. QL, not so happy. There's that little tuck again, right? Instead of staying between two panes of glass, you've got that little tuck. Nice big breath, hold wherever you need to, and then actively bring that all the way out. Get a wide stance, get your weight transferring from left to right, elbow to shoulder to backstroke. One more, and then when you're ready, go front stroke, wiggle your spine, wiggle, 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 and then release that back out. So we're going to go back into those squats, shoulder width distance, and just find your first little wiggle down. Set your shoulders down into your back pockets, and let's just lower and lift those heels. So we're going to work a little bit as if we were at a bar. So instead of having the roller forward, bring it in tighter, fingertip hold. So we're not really pushing now, we're into our own body weight. I am starting in parallel sits bones, but we are going to play with some turnout as well. Hold the heels lifted, little pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Grow tall. Lower the heels, go singles for 4, lift, releve, and 3, lift the heels, grow, lower them, last 2, lift, and last 1, lift. We're going to go into the turnout. Bring yourself down. So my knees are going a little bit over my toes, but when I lift my heels, the alignment will be more there. And then lengthen to tall, lower. So plie, releve, grow tall and lower. Bring that roller in tight if you want a bit more love from it. Lengthen and lower. 2 more. Plie, releve, grow tall. Last one. Stay down here. Just lift and lower those heels. Still pull the abdominals up and in, shoulders down and away. If you don't need the roller for love, you can hold it and work on your balance point. I'm going to keep mine down there. Let's go ahead, keep the heels lifted. Lower one heel, lift it. Lower the other heel, lift it. So you're just kind of alternating. If you can go a little deeper into your legs, go for it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift both, pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Grow tall, stand up fully. Keep those heels lifted. Go again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go tall, lower. Turn the feet forward. Hinge and just get a nice little stretch. So you can go into lateral rotation here and poodle wag. You can go to straight, whatever feels it needs a little more love to stretch out before we actually get down to the mat. Go ahead and then slowly curl that all the way to tall, roll those shoulders. So let's go ahead and stand towards the back of the mat. Take a nice big step forward with the opposite leg to the side you're holding your roller in. Try and come up on that back ball of foot if possible, and then find your first lunging position. So in the lunge, I want to have that knee out to the side. My weight is going forward, so the knee may be going over the toes, perfectly fine. Back leg is long and reaching, and I'm just going to push away. So here's if you want that weight, you can start rowing. I'm not using a weight this morning. I'm just going to row and pull. Let's go for 4. 3. Now keeping this roller still is going to be easier. If I want to make it more dynamic, I will move that arm back and forth with my movement. Yeah, go 2 more. Now stay in the forward lean. Move that roller forward if you're able to. Inchworm your back leg up a bit, and then up you come into your scale. Look at your back hip. Make sure it's turned to the floor. Lower, lift. If I'm using my weight, I can just row it up and down with the movement of the leg. Let's go 3. Squeeze your glute as you extend through your hips. 2. 1. Hold it up. Pulse it. 5, 4, 3, 2. Bring your roller in a little closer, or don't use it at all. And then bend the knee to bring yourself all the way up. Watch you didn't hip hike, and pulse to the sky. 5, 4. Again, you can hold the roller up. 3, 2, 1. Bring it down, and we're just going to cycle back and forth. I'm going to reach out, bend the knee, and come forward. And as I come forward with my leg, my arm's going to go back. So leg comes forward, arm goes back, leg goes back, arms come forward. And just go back and forth. Let's go for 4. So really working on the pendulum movement of your supporting leg. This leg going back and forth is just shits and giggles to kind of mess with the leg you're standing on. Now take that leg part way back, not as far as you can. Get your foot down and then get yourself straight in line. So now my weight is distributed between both the front and the back leg versus the front, and down and up we go. Pull from the sky. Shin can get about 1 inch or 2 from the floor. If you can let it touch the floor and get back up without hiking or lowering the hip, go for it. Just don't bang your knee. Hold down. And we're going to let go of that roller for a moment. If you need it, switch it to the other side. Otherwise, let go of it. Arms forward, and we're going to bow and arrow the back leg arm. Rotate, bring it back. Rotate, bring it back. Let's go 3 and 2. Now stay in the rotation this time. Look to the backhand, stretch it out. Lower it down a bit. 5, hip square. 4, 3, 2. Bring it forward. Lower that leg. Pad if you need it. Uncurl the back foot. Move the front foot forward. And just move forward and backwards into your hip. If you don't need the roller, slide it under. If it feels okay, you can bring your hands down to go forward and backwards. And then let's stay in that front hip stretch, or sorry, back hip stretch. So I'm staying out of hip flexors, but if you feel good, push that hip in, lift your heart, reach with one arm, reach with both. Still feeling good, you can grab that back leg. Go ahead and grab it if it feels good. I'm not going into my front hip, so I can't grab because I've got too much weight on my kneecap here. So nice strong inhale, exhale. And then both hands on your roller. Take that front leg. It's going to have to be a good lift here. I'm going to move it around to the back side. Keeping my wrists on top. Watch here, you haven't pulled your wrists backwards. Have them forward a little bit. Push away from the floor. Pull your abs up and in. And just reach one arm and bring it back. And then reach the other arm and bring it back. Let's go 5 and 4. Shoulders drawn down into your back pockets. Just working a little bit of balance here. Last one on each side. One more time on each side. Inhale, exhale as you press and pull. Beautiful. Curl the toes under. Put your hands in front of your roller. And then lift, come up into a little down dog. Now we haven't played with the heels yet. We haven't played with those toes much. So believe it or not, they're probably not even really that warm. So go ahead and articulate through the toe line. Bring your shoulders away from your ears. And then if you're able to, push both heels down to the floor. Sink a little deeper into your shoulder. If your roller's in your way, just move it a little closer to your feet. Inhale, exhale, send your tush away. Drop those heels down if you can. Remember, if the heels aren't going down, lift the heels, bend the knees. All good. Inhale, exhale. And then walk your hands towards you in 4. Push the roller even closer to your feet. 3. On 2 and 1, your hands are on that roller. Bend the knees. Grab your roller. Peel to come up. Roll your shoulders. Wiggle a little bit. Now that roller's going on the other side. Opposite foot to the leg, holding on to the roller. Get up on your back ball of foot and start this forward and backwards. Forward and backwards. If you're ever not sure about your knee, your hip, and your foot, holding your posture, putting my hand on my quad as I go forward is going to give me some love. So if I'm a little worried about what's happening through the back and the legs, I can weight bear there. If not, I can start that reach if I'm using my weight. If I'm not using the weight, but I want to make it a little more challenging on balance, I can move the hand on the roller forward and backwards. Or I can get both going, right? Let's go 5 and 4. Push away with your heel and your glute and ham. 3, push. So as you're extending the leg, you squeeze through the glute and the hamstring muscle. Now stay down in those muscles. Move the roller forward if you're able to. Sneak forward. Up you come. Hip is square to the floor. Lower, lift. So I'm rowing. My elbow holding onto the roller is dropped down. Harder is that hand farther away from your body, right? That's a longer lever for the arm. That makes it more difficult. Hold it up and pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it all the way around. And again, if you don't need to hold the roller, watch you haven't hiked your hips. Pulse it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put the roller down, and we're going to pendulum down and pendulum up. So my arm is going in opposition to the hip. So hip is in extension, arm is in flexion, shoulder should I say, and then vice versa. We're going to go forward and backwards. And we're really focusing on that pivoting movement through the hip we're standing on. Last one. This leg is going to go back and find connection, not too far because we're not going into the forward lunge. We're now going into equal lunge between front and back leg. Modification here is not to hold tighter on the knee angle. I'm going to move my roller so you can see. If I hold tighter, this knee jets forward in the back and this knee jets forward in the front. I still want the wide stance, so I'm at kind of 90-degree angles. I just don't go as deep if I'm having issues in the knees, hips, ankles. Let's go 2 more. And last one. Now stay in the down. If you don't need the roller, let go. Reach both arms. If you feel you need the roller for balance, move it to the other side. Go as deep as you can, and just the bow and arrow with the rotation of the neckline, the cervical, and the lumbar. Pelvis stays neutral. Go 2 more. Go 1 more. Now this time hold the rotation. See if you can look a little farther over your shoulder. Reach that arm actively. Hold it. Draw those abs in. And then bring it all the way back to center. Carefully lower the knee. Kneeling pad if you need it. Come out of the back hip. Slide that roller in between the legs. And then just interim your front foot forward. And then you can just move forward and backwards in your hips. Again, hip not having it, you're not going to go as far forward. If you're able to, you're going to stay into that stretch. Maybe lift the heart, still feeling good. The arms come up. Again, I'm staying out of the hips today, so I'm pushing my hip back. It's not invited for me. If it's invited for you, push your hips forward and lengthen into it. Inhale, exhale. Go one more big breath for me. And then both hands are going to go on that roller. You're going to bring that leg all the way around. But instead of having it on the wrists this time, I'm going to pull it close to the knees. Put my hands on strong. And then walk on so that my shins are on. Not my knees, my shins. Now, if my wrists don't like this, I could go to fist quite nicely. Inhale, exhale, pull your shoulders into your back pockets, neutral spine, neutral pelvis. Find balance on the hands. Get your knees closer together. And again, I'm not on my knees, I'm on my shins. So I should be able to kind of move that roller. From here, I'm just going to extend one leg out. And inhale, bring it back down. Now, if you're not liking this, you can put the knees on the floor. You do not have to have the shins on the roller. We're decreasing the base of support because we only have part of the shin versus the entire shin to knee on the floor, which makes this more difficult. Go ahead, one more on each side. Exhale as you push away, inhale as you pull in. Last time, exhale, push away. Inhale, pull in. Walk your knees in front of the roller. Just give it a little push out so it's not in your way. Bring your hands back to flat if you don't want to be on the fist. So we've warmed up the upper body doing that. We've warmed up the lower body. Let's put it together for watchdog. One arm reaches. Keep your shoulder down. One leg reaches in opposition and we stretch that out. Inhale, keep. Neutral spine, neutral pelvis. Exhale, bring it home. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, reach. Inhale, keep. Exhale, bring it home. One more time each way. Inhale, prepare. No movement in your spine. That leg just reaches through the hip socket. The shoulder reaches through the shoulder girdle. Bring it home. Last time and reach. Inhale, keep. Exhale, bring it home. Come down to your elbows. Stretch a shin out. So you might have to move backwards. Stretch. Bring that roller in a little tighter so it's mid-shin. Mid-shin. Slightly supported spine. If you can do this in neutral, go ahead. And then I'm going to put my other shin on there, and I'm now in a plank on my shins. From here, I'm going to dip forward and dip back. So I'm almost hitting my knees as I dip back. So I'm going to move my roller a little farther away, and then I can dip farther back. So we're keeping a supported spine, pelvis, should I say, and I'm going inhale, exhale, as I'm rolling through my shoulder girdles. Let's go 4. Scoop those abs nice and strong. And 3. This suddenly just got much harder. Last 2. Last 1. Pull those knees in towards you and bring them all the way forward. Find yourself in an open position in that nice little child's pose. Round through the back, open up the lower back. So for me, the lower back is quite stiff today. So to help me get a little deeper into the lower back, I'm going to bring my roller into my knees and fold forward over my roller, forcing my lower back to go into a bit more of a rounded position. I'm really taking this and I'm tucking it right in, and then I'm thinking of lifting and folding over the roller, forcing my back to round. So super stiff, and it probably doesn't look like I have any rounding going on. That's pretty much where my back is this morning. Inhale, exhale. Trying to get a little bit of mobility through that lower back. Drop your tailbone down towards your heels. This also, with the pressure through the abdomen, is forcing you to breathe into the back. The external intercostals, which is lovely. One more breath. And then slowly stack that up. Bring your knees more parallel. Take your hands behind you. Now, if you're tight, this might be where they stay. If you're okay, you're going to inchworm it up a little higher. And now we're going to open the chest the opposite direction. I'm going to come up off the knees. I'm going to pull my hands in towards me and then lift that heart a little bit, finding an extension. Nice big breath here. And exhale, find it more neutral, looking forward. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, pull the roller in towards you with some pressure with the arms, forcing you to lift and roll over top of that roller. Exhale, come home. One more time, inhale, prepare. Pull it in towards you, arching over that roller, lifting that heart. Exhale, bring it back and bring that roller all the way around. Place it in front of you. Hands to the floor, lift. Find that little down dog, play a little bit. We should have a bit more mobility now. Walk your feet towards your hands, bend your knees as you need to. Hands go up onto the roller and just let yourself go into your forward fold. Bend the knees if you need to here, you guys. Couple inhales, exhales. I'm looking through to my knees. And then slowly stacking my spine, finding it in tall. Step through over your roller and just back it up, not all the way, about to halfway in your mat. There it is. And then I'm just going to come right down onto sits bones, sitting on my roller, and send my heels out to the corner of my mat. Now, sitting up on the roller is fabulous for making you find that neutral spine, neutral pelvis, because it gives you that distance for the hamstrings to relax out. If it still feels tight, just bend the knees a little bit. Otherwise, imagine your hands are holding a pole or they're kind of looking at each other. Thumbs are up, abs are engaged. We're going to inhale, rotate. Inhale, rotate a little bit more, spine twist, rotate a bit more. Now don't stretch your arms apart from each other, keep them soft. Look at your legs and see if one hip shifted. Keep your hips the same position, thus the pelvis didn't move. Exhale, center. Sitting tall, neutral spine, neutral pelvis. Inhale, rotate. Inhale, rotate. Inhale, rotate, try and look to the back hand, drop your shoulders down. Exhale, center. One more time each way. Rotate. Rotate, deeper, deeper, deeper. Rotate. If your hands are up by your peripheral vision in your by your eyes, drop them to shoulder height and then bring it around. Don't have them creeping up on you. Inhale, rotate. Keep them down, elbows down. Inhale, rotate. Inhale, rotate one last time. Exhale, center. Release that out. Tuck. If you don't like this, you're just going to sit down. Tuck your tailbone under as your knees bend and roll down your spine. Use your elbows, move that now into the shoulder blade. So I'm just underneath the inferior angle of the shoulder blade. Interlace your hands and let's arch that over, elbows in tight. Exhale, come back to center. So make sure your roller's straight here. I've gone crooked. Inhale back. Exhale, crunch. So we're doing little crunches here, but I want you to focus more on taking your elbows while holding your head and aiming them behind you. So you lift, let your head be heavy in your hands and look to the back wall behind you. And then exhale, look to the front wall in front of you. Inhale to the back. Exhale to the front. Open that thoracic spine. Inhale, exhale. Tension in the neck, tension in the upper shoulder area. Often it is lack of mobility through the thoracic. Thoracic spine is basically where all your rib cage is attached to. Your rib cages, you have one rib cage. Where all your ribs attached to. So it lacks mobility because of all the attachment points. So we need to mobilize to free up the movement of the neck and the shoulders. Stay here, and we're going to get a little bit of lat line rollering. So I'm going to drop a leg off to the side, and I'm going to take my hand, and I'm going to roll right over. So right now, it's in line with just underneath my breast tissue or underneath the pec. So I'm coming right through. This gets ugly fast. Right through to here. And then all the way back to almost the vertebrae, maybe not quite. All the way. So we're rolling out our lat line. We're rolling out through our shoulder blade muscles. I am fully supporting my head in my hands so it doesn't feel like my neck is getting tender or sore. Now here's an ugly, guarantee it's ugly. I'm going to roll it right over and stay here. I'm going to drop my elbow down for a moment, and it's right in line with the side, not of my armpit, but that side of my lat. This becomes ugly fast. I'm going to bring my feet in tight, and I'm going to try and lift my bum just a little bit and roller that lat line. Oh my God. Inhale, exhale as you go. So instead of going forward and back now, I'm going, instead of going side to side, I'm going forward and backwards. You may not be able to. You might have some triggers where you can just go to one spot and hang out on that trigger or treasure, go a little farther, hang out. If I'm just underneath my armpit, right here, right in this area, this gets my subscapularis. If I spend a little bit of time pressuring into there, I will free up the movement through my neck and my shoulder blades. Huge amounts. So I've got some tension there. I'm going to lean back a little bit and go back and forth on a choo-choo. Come right into the armpit, not literally the armpit, but just to the side of the armpit a little bit. And then maybe a little higher. So I'm just going to play in that line a bit. Inhale, exhale as you go. And then relax it down. Bring yourself back up because your roller will be crooked. And now we're going to do the other side. So I'm lying back. It's just underneath the rib cage. I'm going to fold my elbows in, drop my opposite knee forward, roll right over. So here I'm going east-west. If you think of your body north-south, north being the head, south being the toes, or vice versa, however you want to view it. And then I'm running west, east, west as I roll through just underneath that bra strap line or just underneath that pec line. Again, this one gets ugly. You'll have much more tension on one side than the other. Breathe as you go. If you've got a treasure somewhere, hang out there and play around with that treasure. Then once we're on the side of the body, the lat line of the body, tuck your feet in nice and tight, maybe lift that booty a bit. So you got to put some pressure into the top leg and roll. Oh, so now I'm going north, south. Instead of east, west, I'm going north, south. You can lie back a little bit towards the back or lie more straight on the lateral line, depends where you feel more treasures. There's my subscap. I'm just going to hang out there for a little bit. Inhale, exhale. So if you've ever been to a massage and they've gone in through the front of your armpit and pinched, subscapularis. Beautiful. Bring yourself back to center. Oh, that's just nasty. All right, so once you've found center, we're just going to do some true sit-ups here. Connecting nice and strong, feet in parallel sits bones. I have a slightly supported pelvis. Spine, I'm already in a bit of a C. I'm already curled. Don't let your elbows flare out. If my elbows flare out as I go over, my rhomboids will tense up because that's their job. That's when they contract. So if I go soft here, they stay soft. It allows me to get more extension. And then exhale, crunch. Look to your pubic bone. Inhale down, exhale, crunch. So as soon as I'm feeling good about this, I could start marching my legs, alternating one then the other. Inhale, they go down. Exhale, everything comes up. Make sure your roller's straight. Now, if this is working for you, you can straighten both legs out and then bend knee in and stretch long and then bend the other leg in. Watch you're not twisting away, that you're staying straight as you pull in. Still working for you. I could scissor my leg the whole time. If it feels good to continue with the arch over the roller, continue with the arch curl movement pattern versus just staying neutral to curl. One more. Leave the legs down and let yourself open your chest. Now, if you can't get that head down there and let your arms flop, you need a pillow. You maybe need 2 pillows. You maybe need 3 pillows. And you're going to circle the arms now into snow angels. They're going to come up in railway tracks and open. And exhale as you circle around. So we're getting some openers today in our movement patterns. And circle around. Again, you might need a few different pillows or height underneath that head to be able to do the snow angels and let go of your chest. Switch the opposite direction. As your arms come around above the head, interlace, sneak your head into your hands, curl that up, walk one foot in, walk the other foot in, grab behind your legs, they're in tabletop. Use that to bring yourself up. Beautiful. So we're going to bring that roller around to the other end. We're going to go toe taps. So if you need a headrest, you can use it. Take yourself in this position, scoop, roll it down, and then get your feet in tight. Headrest, totally optional. Lift the booty, sacrum on. Sacrum on. So not the lower back. Having said that, let's go lower back very carefully. So where your belly button is, put your finger in your belly button. Find the roller underneath your belly button. Now, that is much higher. That's lumbar spine. That's higher than we usually go. So when you go to this position, start yourself in quite neutral, taking weight into your heels. And then if you can, let your back arch over the roller. So it is causing me to go into an arched position. If I'm not comfortable with this, I'm going to stay out of it a little bit. What I'm asking for is my lumbar spine to actually feel extension. Now, in this position, you can hold the roller or open your palms to the sky. So what I've done is I've made these goal upright posts and I've rested my arms. From here, I'm doing a very subtle knee sway from left to right. The roller right now is in your QL muscle area. So if you've got any tension going on, it's going to say hello as you just fold from left to right. If you're noticing, oh, one side's really tight and you're able to drop the knees right off and actually put some pressure into that side, go right ahead. We're being really careful with this because it's digging into an area where you don't have a lot of bone protecting everything in there. So you just want to do it subtly. And then let's take the knees to the other side. So my QL on this side is kind of miffy with me today. And as I roll it there, that feels like a lot of tension. So I'm going to take my elbows, put it on the roller, push into my elbow a little bit so I'm not dropping as deep into the QL muscle. As it starts to release, maybe I'll take my arms off and it goes deeper. And you got it, Darwin. Lifting the legs up is going to get even deeper into there. If that's working for you, do it. Big breaths there, you guys. Big breaths. And then bring it back to center. Now, when you push into your feet, you're going to lift your bum up and then move the roller now into your sacrum. So now it's on the bony part where it really feels like it's not digging into any soft tissue, bony part. And this is where we're going to do our toe taps to start with. So find yourself either supported pelvis or neutral, knee fold one, knee fold the other. And then here we're going to go into a nice big movement through the hip socket. Arms are reaching, and I've just got my little toe tap going. Notice as you drop one leg down, the other leg comes in closer. It's doing that to counterbalance the weight load on the core. Try not to let that occur. Try and keep that knee right where it is at 90 degrees. Now, if that's really difficult to maintain that pelvis, bring the knees in slightly. Working for you, you can extend the leg out. Again, watch you're not bringing the opposite leg in closer. Still working for you, the arms can go in and out with hand weights if you want, in opposition to the leg pattern. I have space between my legs. My hip on the one side doesn't like moving in parallel right close. So I put some space between my legs. Totally up to you. If you want to pencil your legs out, go ahead. If this is still working for you, you can go scissor movement. So both arms are going at the same time, one leg and then the other, but I'm hinging to let that occur. Let's go one more on each side. And then last one, bring the legs up, bend the knees, bring the feet to the floor. Move the roller down the butt a little bit more. Actually, move the roller right out. We're going to roller the butt cheek, move the roller right out, and then roll up. And now we're gonna work through the butt cheek a little bit. So it's been a while since we've done a class where we've done some rolling of the muscle groups. Bring your bum right on. I'm going to keep one hand behind me. The hand that's behind me, that's the leg that's crossing into 4. Now, if that's really tight, you're going to cross with a straight leg. If you're okay, you're going to slowly drift up. So initially, I'm just going to allow this stretch to melt in before I worry about rollering. Not happening, that leg can stay out there more straight. The deeper the bend, the deeper the stretch will be. Now what I'm going to do is to the knee that's crossed, I'm going to roll that side a little bit. Oh, and there's the butt cheek. From there, I'm going to hold this leg and I'm going to roll her into that piriformis. So the piriformis laterally rotates out the hip in its socket, right? It's a lateral rotator. It has there's other little muscles that join that party, but we're just going to roll her the main fleshy part of that glute here. And when we've got the turnout, we can get a little bit into those laterals. Kind of inhale, exhale. Anyone feeling some nice treasures? I am. And now I'm going to drop to my elbow. I'm going to drop to my elbow. What happens here is I'm going to uncross my leg so it's open. I'm going to bring the roller a little higher up. And now I'm going to go just like I did through the armpit area. I'm going to roll right onto the edge of my hip and all the way back. So the roller now is quite high up. It's still on the pelvis, but now it's going along the iliac crest or higher up towards that crest. Don't be shy about coming right over to the point where I can put this foot in front and get a little into my TFL. So I've rolled it right into the front. I'm not on my hip flexor. It's not here in my groin. It's a little higher up. And then I'm going to put my foot behind and roll right back. So hand goes down, foot goes forward. I roll, and then I switch back and forth. If your shoulder gets you, Darwin, you could put a pad down and rest right down here and take the whole pressure off of holding your shoulder, right? So I could go right down in this position if my upper shoulders are not having that hold, and then I can still get into the weight load here. Inhale, exhale. So this is similar to the one we did on the top, upper shoulder area. And then from here, we're just going to bring it all the way down and switch sides. I'm just going to turn completely so I can actually see you guys as I do this. So here I'm going to get up. I'm going to use that pad. I quite liked that modification of coming right off the shoulders. I'm going to start with the cross in the 4 stretch. Once I'm okay, I'm going to draw it in. So this is my hip that's a bit miffier. I can't get this foot as close in without feeling impingement on the hip. So I'm just going to leave it out there. And then I'm going to kind of go side to side. I prefer circles. So I go down and back. If you can go to one hand and hold that foot in place, you can. If that balance not happening, keep your hands on the floor. Inhale, exhale, getting the whole tissue of that butt just nicely moving. And again, it's been ages since we've done any rollering, so I figured it was time to do a class where we just kind of paid attention to some rollering and some stretching through the muscle groups. Just so you don't forget, there's a lot of purposes on that roller that we can use it for, right? Now I'm going to drop down to the elbow. I'm going to uncross and drop that hip open. And now I'm going to go forward and backwards. So I'm going to come all the way where this leg comes across, and I can get right into that TFL. So I'm going quite far forward. Like I'm literally on the front. And then all the way across the back. This can be really high up into the posterior iliac crest. You can literally go above the iliac crest and get QL here. So there's a few different directions you can go on this. Shoulders bugging me, I'm going to tuck it under, put my head down, and just use my hand on the floor to allow me to get into that back 4th position. Wherever you feel a little treasure, you can hang out, right? You can hang out wherever you need to or want to. Just open that back and forth. There's just so many muscles that tag into that pelvis in different positions. Inhale, exhale, you guys. And then slowly bring that booty to the floor, and let's bring that off. So we are going to go into a little bit of extension. Let's go ahead and move any pad that you have out of the way, the roller to your front of your mat, and bring yourself onto your bellies. So on the bellies, we're going to start lying all the way down and just get that booty movement from left to right. What you might find, because we've rolled out the posterior line quite nicely, that we now actually can get into the anterior compartment of the body and open up quite nicely. So let's go into a little bit of floppies, hands by the side, legs laterally rotated open as comfortable, abs not engaged, but not engaged. Press and find the floppy. So maybe I'm just coming up to my elbows like a half swan, but no engagement. And I'm just feeling the stretch to the lumbar spine, the cervical and the thoracic. And then I'm going to bring it down. Feeling good, I can push more into my palm, lift my elbows, not out to the side, creeping up, and just feel where the extension will go in the back. Let your butt go. Let your neck relax. My arms are not going all the way to straight. Not having it today. Not a big deal. Bring that down. Let's do one more very controlled floppy. Lengthen it up. Nice big breath here. Maybe some movement through the neck. Gently bring it down. And let's find our legs pulling heels into the bum, laterally rotate, reach them out more actively. Find your hands in half swan position, thumbs by the sides of your shoulders, elbows down. Push the marble, engage your abs, squeeze the glutes a little bit, and just come up to your elbows. But instead of being relaxed, we're pulling up a little bit, but still allow the extension to occur. Nice strong inhale here. Exhale, bring it down. So if half swan is where you need to stay, please stay there. Otherwise, I'm going to push more into my palms. My elbows might lift. My pubic bone is staying down, but I'm lifting a little higher. So this looks exactly the same as floppy, except for I am actively squeezing the glutes a bit, and I am drawing the abs in gently. So there's more control in this movement. Think longer as you come down. Let's do it one more time. Lengthen it. Think active. Find that nice strong stretch. Move the headline side to side. Drop the shoulders down. And exhale, bring it all the way down. From here, arms go behind, shoulders can relax, turn a cheek. We're going to do just Supermans. Legs can be parallel or open as comfortable in lateral. You choose it. I'm going to turn my nose to look to the floor. Activate by retracting my shoulder blades slightly. Lift the palms parallel to the side of the legs. Squeeze the glutes and lift the feet like half an inch. So I'm not an extension. I am hovering the floor, neutral spine, neutral pelvis. Pull those abs in. Big inhale here. Exhale, turn your cheek. Let everything go down, but don't let go of that tummy. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, retract the shoulders. Turn your nose to the floor. Reach those palms to the sides of your body. Lengthen. Hold here for 4, 3, 2, turn your cheek, stretching the neckline, drop the shoulders, let them flop. Abs engaged, everything else just went nice and loose. And then exhale, pull the shoulder blades down, hold here, maybe the feet slightly off. And now I'm going to find shoulder extension. I'm actually going to take my hands forward just for a brief moment, use my fingertips to invite a gentle extension through thoracic and cervical, a gentle one through lumbar, and then reach my arms again. And now moving my shoulders in extension, reaching for the sky and lowering. So arms are lifting and lowering. Everything else is actively reaching. If I'm able to lift my legs a little higher without firing my lower back, I will. If it's firing my lower back, I will drop my legs, maybe even rest them. But stay active with energy. Let's go 3 more shoulder extensions. 3. Exhale, 2. Exhale, 1. Bring the arms all the way around. Push back into your shell or your child's pose, whatever feels good for you. Couple little inhales, exhales. If it feels better to sit tall into your posture, go ahead. If cat-cow feels good, go ahead. Whatever's working for you and your body. Cycle that breath. Inhale, exhale. And then we are going to stretch out or roller out the quads. Pull that roller in tight to your knees. Put one hand over top. Keep it there. And then bring your body on. Now, resting the elbows down, and if you want a block on your head to not have to move your headline or give your neck more support, you could do that. Or I could double fist and rest my head into that. I'm going to lift up into a brief plank and put my feet in parallel, then rest my quad down. From here, I'm just going to use my elbows. I'm letting my head just kind of dangle. And I'm rolling back and forth from the top of my knee, but not on my kneecap, to very close to my pubic bone, but not through my hip flexor. Inhale, exhale. Not overly concerned about having a really, really pretty looking plank happening here. I just have a gentle engagement. Inhale, exhale, finding that quad. Now curl your toes, activate them. Take one leg, and I like to bring my hand in position. I bring it up, and I rotate my hip open so I can find the inside of my leg, and then actually actively reach. Do the same thing, lift up, actively reach. So now my legs are in turnout on that nasty roller. You might need to bend the knees. You might find it more comfortable to have the knees bent, or legs actively reaching. I like the active reach. And now I'm getting inside a little bit on those quads. Right up to pubic bone and close to the knee. Now, if I come close to the knee and I feel like there's stuff going on really close to the knee, if I'm in good turnout, I can actually get on the inside of the knee where some of those attachment points are. So I'm spending a little bit of time down there. And then coming through to the middle, I feel a treasure right here smack in the middle. So I'm going to hang out there and move. And then just strip it one more time. Stripping means you're running in line with the muscle. Quads run down, north, south. North, south. Now I'm going to anchor my toes. This last one is ugly. I'm going to internally rotate my hips. That's a hard one to get. So I've turned my toes, knees, hips in. And then I'm going to put my quad down, and now I'm going to roll. And as you go down towards the bottom, closer to the knee, you're going to get rec fem and the internal vasti, the vasti intermedialis. Ooh, that's ugly. Inhale, exhale. One more. Pull it all the way forward. Bring one knee in front, bring the other. Bring yourself up to your hands, and I'm going to get my shins now. So I'm going to put some weight. I'm going to sit back, and I'm going to roller through my shin. So I'm just pulling it in and pressing it back. Pulling it in, I sit, I press back. Pull forward on my shoulders, pull the roller in, sit, and press back. On the last one, walk your knees forward. Curl your toes, find your down dog. Prance a bit here, get your shoulders away from your ears. Slowly walk your feet to your hands, or your hands to your feet, whatever feels good. Look through your legs, let yourself dangle in inversion. So I'm in inverted position or upside down position. I don't like unsupported inversion, so or forward fold, I've got my elbows on my knees. And then slowly stack yourself to tall, vertebrae by vertebrae. Roll those shoulders, you guys. Nice big breath to bring it up, lift that heart. Hands down center, heart, little no on the neckline. On this no, it's not just a little no. It's a purposeful look. Feel the stretch. Look. Feel the stretch. Pull the other shoulder away as you look. So if I look that way, I think of retracting this shoulder away. Gives me more stretch. Release out. Last breath. Inhale up. Hand center heart. And hopefully you're feeling a little more released out today.